On this week's WWE SmackDown, Roman Reigns attempted to contact Paul Heyman, but their conversation ended in disaster. After previously suffering through Survivor Series War Games with the addition of a monstrous creature to Solo Sikoa's squad, something happened. During the Bloodline encounter, Bronson Reed assaulted Roman Reigns, revealing himself to be the fifth and final member of Solo Sikoa's crew. It seemed that the OTC was going to win the match between the two teams, but that was not the case. When Reed materialized, he knocked the stars out of the sky and even sent a tsunami crashing down on him. They were in agony, and at the show's conclusion, Reigns had not yet entirely recovered. As SmackDown aired its last moments, an obviously distraught Roman Reigns took a seat in the back. Removing his phone from his pocket, he dialed the Wiseman's number. He received a response, but it wasn't what he was hoping for. He was informed that the phone he had tried to reach was disconnected. The phone listed for Paul Heyman is apparently inactive, thus his return to Reigns' side is far from certain. As the stadium resounded with the instantly recognizable opening chords of Roman Reigns' theme, the WWE Universe was agog with excitement. The most imposing figure in WWE, the Tribal Chief, entered the ring with his characteristic austere ferocity. Wearing his iconic black "We the Ones" jersey and slung over his shoulder, Reigns exuded an air of unwavering dominance. To everyone's surprise, Roman Reigns would show a vulnerable, scared, and very human side on tonight's SmackDown. Tensions within the Bloodline had been building for weeks. The divisions between the once dominant group became more apparent with Jey Uso's betrayal and subsequent alliance with Cody Rhodes. The enforcer Roman had hired, Solo Sikoa, was unusually cold and aloof. As usual, Jimmy Uso vacillated between allegiance and defiance. Paul Heyman, the Bloodline's wise old man, came next. The guy whose sly speech had brought Roman many triumphs was now the target of investigation. Had Heyman's allegiance faltered? The question circulated widely. The explosive mood was set by the crowd's thunderous booing as Roman stood in the middle of the ring, microphone in hand. A simple gesture from the Tribal Chief raising his hand quieted the WWE Universe. His face was expressionless, but his words whispered annoyance. "Paul Heyman," he said in a calm but menacing voice, "leave this place, right now." You could feel the heat in the arena. It didn't take long for Paul Heyman to make his appearance on the ramp, now holding the WWE Tag Team Championships that he had previously overseen for Jimmy and Solo. His expression betrayed his fear. He was well aware that Roman's summons was more of a demand for answers than an invitation. Roman interrupted Heyman just as he was about to speak as he went into the ring with a microphone. "Wise man," Roman said while pacing apprehensively. "Whispers have begun reaching my ears. Mutter something about you weighing your alternatives." Heyman's brow furrowed, and he clapped his hands in disapproval. "I would never." "Tribal Chief, be quiet." The sound of Roman's yell echoed throughout the stadium. "I have put my faith in you to manage my affairs for a long time. This family must be protected. I can't help but ask, are you truly on my side? In light of the recent break in the Bloodline, everyone in the audience was tense. Even though Heyman was clearly trembling, he attempted to reply, but Roman once again raised his hand. "I prefer not to speak, Paul," Roman said, his voice lowering to an almost deadly whisper. "I need evidence." Then the music by Solo Sikoa started, and the Bloodline's quiet enforcer made his way to the ring. As usual, his look was indecipherable. With his arms crossed, he entered the arena and took a position beside Roman. The chief of the tribe looked over to Solo. "Paul has been under your watchful eye," Roman informed. "I want to know whether we can trust him." A hush descended across the audience when Solo locked eyes with Heyman. It seemed as like he was about to say something, but he just nodded instead. With a quick exhalation, Roman let go of his anxiety. However, the alleviation did not last. Suddenly, a warped rendition of the Usos theme song began to play as the stadium lights flickered. When JUSO made a live satellite appearance on the Titantron, the audience went absolutely wild. "Yo, Us," Jay said with a mischievous charm. "I take it, you're still using puppets, huh? Roman, I must tell you something." "Hey there, Paul Heyman. Do not consider him a smart guy. He's been taking a double-edged sword." As Jay went on, Roman's expression became gloomier. "Heyman has been meeting with Cody Rhodes, and you believe you're in charge. You won't believe it. Alu knows it." The audience went absolutely wild, reacting with a combination of astonishment and excitement. With his gaze narrowing, Roman's attention suddenly shifted to Solo. "Is this accurate?" With a quiver in his voice, Roman asked. With his eyes locked on the floor, Solo said nothing. The stillness conveyed a great deal. "I said, you." Then Roman started, his voice quivering. "You gave me the finger?" Heyman grabbed the microphone, frantic to save face. "I would never knowingly betray you, Tribal Chief. Yes, Cody did approach me, but he was pulling a fast one." An interruption. "Yes, I am faithful to you." Roman seized Heyman by the collar, his wrath visible on his distorted face. The Tribal Chief seemed like he was about to explode, so the audience let forth a raucous. However, Solo intervened to prevent Roman from taking action. Solo said, "Enough," in a soothing but authoritative tone. In the ring, this was Solo's first public criticism of Roman. It was clear that the Tribal Chief was shocked as he glanced at his enforcer. "You dare," Solo interjected, interrupting Roman. "Our relationship is one of family, but not even close relatives may be led astray." A hush fell over the WWE universe as a whole. As a direct challenge to Roman's authority, Solo's remarks lingered in the air. With a quiver in his hand, the Tribal Chief freed Heyman. Roman Reigns seemed, for the very first time, bewildered. Yet the surprises of the night were far from done. With a new expression of will, JUSO made a triumphant return to the Titantron. No true leader needs to exert dominion over their followers, despite your repeated assertions that you were at the head of the table. Perhaps it is time for a new face to take a seat at that table. The lights in the arena abruptly went out as the screen went dark. Cody Rhodes was positioned on the ramp, gripping a steel chair as they resumed their journey. Cody went into the ring and knocked out Solo with a resounding chair shot before Roman could respond. Roman was left alone with Cody as Heyman scurried out of the ring. The Tribal Chief made an effort to retaliate, but he seemed to be slowed down by the weight of his broken kingdom and the agony of betrayal. Cody dropped Roman to the mat after hitting the crossroads. "The bloodline is over," Cody said as he seized a microphone, standing over the lying Tribal Chief. "And your rule is as well." Cody stood erect as the audience chanted his name at the close of the evening, but Roman Reigns laid in the ring, knees bent down and head bowed. The previously untouchable Tribal Chief was now devastated and deceived. Roman Reigns' kingdom started to fall apart that fateful night, and the Tribal Chief felt mental and bodily agony as a result. The issue of whether Roman could rise again, or whether this was the end of his epic reign, remained unanswered when SmackDown went dark.